even be some more because we got some more donations, but give me a moment.
Yay. I'll make sure my data is clear and everything.
Probably a good idea.
And that will be it for donations.
So Goomy and Goomy.
So give me a moment as I finish tallying up the totals here.
Shoutouts to Alta Biscuit for starting all of this.
Thanks, Alta.
Thanks, Alta. What a friend.
He better do this all over again on Tuesday.
Okay, so we got $25 more from Mama G for Goomy. We got another $150 from Kirby for Goomy. And Dendorian gave $25. Always like these events. A lot of work put into it. This goes to World of Final Fantasy Champion being Sephiroth, the ultimate mama's boy. So last total.
So it took something that wasn't Pokemon for it to be a not Goomy thing.
Exactly. So it looks like the trainer will be Goomy. Yes! 475 over 363. And Mudkip will be Goomy.
Unbelievable. You know, I'm gonna change the frame. If you guys don't like this frame, that's actually no, this one's worse. If you don't like this frame, that's what you get for voting Goomy.
Dang.
So I'm pretty much ready to go whenever you guys are. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So, hi, I'm Keizaron.
I'm Oro.
We both speedrun Pokemon because we're masochists. The game's pretty simple. Like it's Pokemon. There isn't really much in terms of plot, obviously. It's just catch something or start with something that's really good that blitzes through the game. In our case, we're going with Mudkip. Mudkip has a really good distribution of stats, and just like almost every other game, water types is really, really good. There, Alta. And Kirby. You're welcome.
You win.
You win. But so right away, if you notice, I picked the girl instead of the boy. So the girl's actually a little bit faster. Rival 2 is a little easier. They have a different starting Pokemon. One starts with a Slugma, one starts with a Wailmer. They also have different stat distribution toward Rival 3, and I think Rival 2 as well. And then it also reduces the amount of variance for the Mudkip manipulation. I don't quite understand why. I was kind of spoon-fed that one and just said, okay. It was discovered by people much smarter than I.
Yeah, I had no idea about that. So yeah, as Keith said, we are going to be manipulating Mudkip. We aren't just getting some random Mudkip that we're going to hope is good. We're going to be deliberately shooting for a specific good one, which is why I have my laptop here, because we need a specific offset. We're going to be resetting the game and picking Mudkip on a certain frame.
It's a frame-perfect trick, and this game runs at 60 frames per second, so that's always neat. And I'm also going in hard. I don't have a backup save, so I actually forgot my cart. So as long as I get it within the first, like, 3 tries or something, I won't look like too much of a buster. Shoutouts to Garfield the Lightning for introducing me to Eon Timer. So I'm going to try and go for this trick as much as I can, but because there's a slight delay in terms of audio for me, just because that's how it always is with just about any other console capture. If I bonk into something after I'm standing still, I can kill the turn frame, and it's about a 6-frame window. So right there, when I was talking to Brendan's mom, I tried to hold left to bonk into her and try to save the turn frame. I missed completely, but that's neither here nor there. So for the manipulation for Mudkip, I'm going to be saving in front of the bag. And then I'm going to be trying to start the game up and picking the Mudkip on a certain time. If you hear a beeping, then, you know, my bad, I guess.
Cover my mic.
I'm staring into your wallpaper right now. It's just What was all that? That was so bad.
That sounded delayed.
That was terrible. That's like for sure a miss. Or is it? Huh? No.
Yeah.
So I can tell right away if I got it because the Pooch is always female. And then the Mudkip will be male with 21 hit points. Oh, what the heck? Is it 6 beeps now? What is going on?
Don't know. Eon Timer's an interesting
It's being really finicky right now, so don't mind me. I'm just being a buster. I'm just gonna stare at it this time. Like, it's like really off.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because we're trying to hear it through this. I guess you're supposed to.
So I want to see how close I am. It should be relatively close. It's like 3 or 4 frames off.
I think this is the 4-frame one.
It's not too terrible. So now I look like a buster, but you know. Why are you letting me down, Eon Timer? Like it's beeping 6 times. I don't even. Okay, I'm gonna try my phone. This is why the estimate's so high.
This is really precise, so it is not easy.
Okay, just let me have this one. Let me have this one. No. How close was that, though? So this is probably the Sassy? No. I was way off then. You know, it'd be nice if Eon Timer weren't being mean. I don't get why it's beeping so. Can you check the settings real quick?
Yeah.
I can already see the people that are normally in my chat just like shaking their heads.
There. It's at 5 now.
So it did change.
Yeah.
That was rude.
I think it defaults to 6 and it just like randomly resets.
So don't mind me. Now would probably be a fine time for donations because I don't really need to concentrate too much on this. I just need to get it. Like,
The first beep keeps sounding like it's
This
hanging.
is horrifying.
Well, that sounds good. Then maybe I can give you a little motivation here for you, Key. What do you say?
Go for it.
We got a $10 donation from Keizaron's girlfriend. Dogge and I send our good luck to all of the Keiza memes and all the Keiza memes your way. Love you even though you're wearing socks and sandals. If someone donates a glorious
girlfriend
amount,
is strong. I got it.
yeah. That's all you need is some motivation.
Nice. Thanks, Claire. I love you.
Also, she does give a little thing here. She says if someone donates a glorious amount, I might even dress up Doggy like a Wiggly Woo. We also had a $10 donations from Samatian. Did someone say Lucario donations? And that went towards naming Lucario Samatian. And then we had a $5 donation also from Keizaron's girlfriend. This is to say hi to Sly, who always says hi to me every chat. You know who you are.
So yeah, like I said before, that's a frame perfect trick, and it's a 60 frame per second game. So ouch, my bad. So yeah, usually I get it around 2nd or 3rd try at the latest, but that's when Eon Timer is actually timing.
Yeah, so Eon Timer, if you couldn't hear it on the stream, it gives you like a little metronome cue for the frame that you're supposed to hit. And sometimes the beeps like to hang and lag depending on which machine you're on and how your computer decides to run. So it isn't exactly the most reliable thing in the world.
When it works, it's great.
Yeah.
Actually, I lied. I totally messed it up on purpose over and over. That way I could wait for her donation. It was all calculated. So now at this point in time, we just have to go to our rival. I actually don't really know what the point of it is. We're not able to say no to the professor, so we have to do this, just, you know, plot.
Yeah, I think he's just like, go catch Pokemon with my son.
That's a really bad thing to run into. Okay, good. That can outspeed us, and I've had one run where I died there. Which, speaking of dying, I don't trust my luck already, so we're just gonna... So there's no real, like, marathon strats to Sapphire. Essentially, you're about 3% to finish a run, like in a normal speedrunning situation. So the way that you try to mitigate that risk in a marathon run is just save before a bunch of fights. It doesn't really matter if you're playing safe or risky. It's hovering around that 3% mark.
The funny thing is, too, this run has gotten a lot safer over the past few months, too.
Yeah.
It used to be a lot worse.
Yeah, the old route of this run actually had to catch an Abra because you would teleport everywhere, but now we do something a little different, which I'll explain when we get to it. that's going to be a little while, but... Alright, not bad. So I was mentioning earlier how it was really easy for me to tell if we were getting close to getting the Mudkip or not because of what the Poochyena was. So in a normal speed run, if you ever watch me do this, you'll see me reset. If I see the female Poochyena, then I'll check if my Mudkip is male in 21, and then from there I won't check the nature, because if I got those circumstances, then it's either the correct Mudkip, which is a naughty Mudkip, or the frame after, which is a hasty Mudkip, which is why there is the hasty donation. But it's faster in terms of resets to check your stats right away, but in terms of runs, you kind of want to avoid spending the extra time. So you determine if you get the right Mudkip after that fight. So you'll check if you have 16 attack. If you got the hasty, then you'll only get 15 instead. So right there, that's what I was explaining earlier. So I bonked into him and I turned really quickly, so it killed the turn frame. And since the window is kind of large, it's absolutely worth it to go for it. Because worst comes to worst, you just get the same amount of frames anyway. So now I got the running shoes. This was something that Generation 3 of Pokemon games introduced, which I really wish that the older games had, because it speeds up the game a lot.
So I thought I'd take a second here to go ahead and update. We got a few more bid wars for naming Pokemon later in the run. And, you know, in order to hopefully not make this too much of a goomy game.
Some would argue there's no such thing.
Maybe. Maybe it's all about Goomy. Cast form, Goomy is well in the lead with $238.50 over not Goomy at $121. Kyogre is Goomy in the lead with 108 over Yu-Kiang at 25. And the bird type is, as you guessed, Goomy at $108.50 over Demon Chocobo at $49. Also, if you donate at least $5 during the Pokemon Sapphire run, you'll be entered to win one of two prizes. You can win a Pokemon New 3DS XL Protector, or a shiny Umbreon handmade tote bag. And if any time during the marathon you donate at least $25, you'll be entered into the grand prize, which is a Nintendo Switch with Zelda included.
Everyone should definitely donate to try and get that, because Zelda's really, really good.
Yeah, I have heard Zelda is amazing. And a couple more donations for you. We got $5 from RPD234. Great show so far. Pokemon Sapphire was my first Pokemon game, and Keizaron is my favorite Pokemon runner. P.S. Animorphs all chapters when?
Animorphs.
That is quality game indeed.
So right there, sorry to interrupt, but
That's
right
fine.
there, I entered the center without using it. So that's part of the strat for skipping Abra. So later on, you're going to see I'm going to die on purpose. It'll be pretty obvious which fight it is, at least I hope so. And we'll warp back here, and it's just infinitely better than Abra, because the fight itself might not necessarily be consistent, but it's a lot better than having to grind out an Abra and throw a ball without weakening it and hoping it gets in. Also, this is just a tutorial on how to catch things, so, you know, perfect time to keep talking about donations. And
Awesome. How about we catch one more donation?
Sure.
Autumn Wyvern with $25. Learned about this event last year, so this is the first time watching it live. Keep up the good work, and good luck to all the runners.
It's never going to be shiny.
Nope.
If there's a time I wanted it to be shiny, it was right now. So the game scripts this like a wild fight with a set outcome. So the Ralts can be shiny, the Zigzagoon can be strong enough to knock out the Ralts. The game just assumes that Wally catches it anyway. The Zigzagoon can be slower than the Ralts, and it makes the menu really, really glitchy. Like, nothing about this was really scripted other than Wally ends up with a Ralts at the end. Also, I remember being a kid and being upset that I couldn't nickname Brendan or Wally at all, just because I was so used to nicknaming all my rivals. So now that we know how to catch a Pokemon, I'm going to try and catch a bird, specifically a Wingull. I don't know how well that's going to go because I use an audio cue for it.
Yeah, so this is going to be manipulated in relatively the same way as we did with Mudkip, but again, like you said, it's going to be an audio cue on the title screen this time. Well, not on the title screen, but in the battle. It's actually a pretty neat audio cue, too.
You know, I regret picking this frame. I don't like this frame at all. Ooh, that was really slow. I'm doing that again. So I gotta really get through the screen. Ah, he moved up. Are you kidding? I wonder if I'll just get it anyway. Nope. So I'm gonna always get the Wingull on a specific tile. That NPC kind of tells me whether I got the right manipulation or not. This is actually a little more refined than what I'm doing. I just didn't have the time before the marathon started to look at all the other possibilities.
Yeah, this is really new. So.
That was really gross sounding, but I think I got it anyway. Oh, well, that's rude. Okay, so that was a frame early. So there's a few results I could get. There's pop out after 2, and that's a frame early. There's get it, and then there's pop out after 3 shakes, which is 1 frame late. I think the audio is just a slight bit delayed, so I'm not getting the audio cue like I want to. So I'm just gonna try and like compensate for it. So I'm gonna try to like not be cute with it. Normally I just go along with the music and it's really good. Like that sounded good to me, but like I said, because of the delay I might have missed it. Okay, good.
There we go.
That wasn't too much time loss, I guess. So we need a bird for later, obviously, because every Pokemon game you have to fly somewhere.
We're going to need the name for that, by the way.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's Goomy. I'll fix it later.
Yeah,
don't
we
worry.
can. It'll be pretty quick, but we can fix it.
It won't be too long.
Obviously, it's Goomy. Now, are you going to be catching multiple bird types?
No, just
this one.
that one.
All right.
So we'll re-nickname that. It'll be about like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too long at all. The name rater in this game is fairly early on, thankfully.
Must name Goomy. And if we have a moment, I'd like to read a few more donations.
Go for it.
$5 from Dr. Doobie. Hey, Keys, Doobie here, wishing you luck on your run. I just have one question for you. Is Champ there? Thank you very much, Doobie. We got $5 from an anonymous. I can't say that today. Wow. Name the Kyogre T, because that's the name that gets you to the finish. Gets you to finish runs.
I bet you that's 2 chiller fiber.
Good luck, Keys. Keys, neat. And $10 from Essentia. My daughter Laurelyn, who is in the audience. Hi, Laurelyn. Wave to the camera. Really wants to name the chest pin in Pokemon X Spiky.
So while you were reading all that off, so this fight, we call it the Aqua Pooch because it's Team Aqua and it's a Poochie and pretty simple naming convention there. We're clever in PSR. But this fight actually can really go terribly, terribly wrong because Sand Attack is a cruel mistress. But we only got Sand Attack once. It was on the last turn and we didn't miss at all. So that went surprisingly well. Like, I'm very pleased. I need something to go right after those 2 manipulations.
Yeah, and on top of that, the Poochyena can set up Howl, which boosts its attack, and it likes to crit you a bunch, and you can miss tackles a bunch too, and it's just, there's so much that can go wrong in that fight, and it's just really bad.
So if you notice, I'm approaching trainers and running at them a certain way, and they're turning. So we call those spinners, like her. And They essentially hear your footsteps when you're running toward them. So I'm manipulating them so they're looking away from the tile I'm going to step on. And then depending on what type of spinner I run into will determine how I pass them. So all 3 of those that I just passed, I ran past them without stopping because they're a type of spinner that takes forever to turn again. The other 2, you'll either see me pop up the menu and just kind of use that as a buffer of some sort, or you'll see me pause the game and load the bag. If you load up the bag, it actually freezes the spinners for a set amount of time. Also, I really should have saved before this, and I cannot mash right now either, goodness.
So this is a fight that largely benefited from the change to getting Wingull as well. This fight, you used to just spam Mud Slap and it took forever. But now we have a Wingull that not only can kill this Geodude really quickly with Water Gun, like that, but the Geodude also gets Wingull dead pretty quick. So we can switch back to Mudkip and get full experience. And then we get Water Gun right after this Geodude, so.
Yeah, the old fight used to be 6 Mud Slaps, and then you would have to deal with, he lived. You have to deal with getting tackles and having to heal and stuff like that, whereas now the fight's really safe. The only way that the Geodude lives a Mud Slap after a Water Gun is if you roll really low on either the Wingull or the Mudkip, which I rolled really low on the Wingull. And then the only way that the Wingull actually kills the Geodude is if you critical. So it's a very, very safe strategy, and it really speeds up the game. Well, not the game, the fight. I guess that speeds up the game, you know.
Yeah.
In the long
by
run.
extension.
In the long run, yeah. So let's see, 32, 39, 28, 25. So I'm going to potion before. So Roxanne, depending on what your health is when you enter the fight with the nose pass, you want to be at certain health points. You can either just go straight in with really high health and just do nothing except spam Water Gun. If you're at 29 to 33 health against the nose pass, you growl because it'll reduce its damage from 12 to 15 to 8 to 10. And you're trying to take enough damage to where you drop into Torrent. Now what Torrent is when you're at a third of your health, it'll boost your water moves, which that helps to save a lot of time because we don't have to worry about a bunch of ranges happening, or we can end a fight in 1 turn instead of 2. However, our health was not in the best position, so we heal from there. So the good news from here is the only other manipulation that there really is Kyogre stat manip, which I'm still not 100% sure if I want to do because of what Eon Timer has done to us. But other than that, the only thing that you're going to see that causes resets is just dying in a fight. Other than that, it's just going to be a really straightforward run. So this nose pass that's coming up, its AI is quite interesting. So I was mentioning being at specific health levels. So if you use Growl on the nose pass because you're at a certain health, then the turn after you use Growl, it usually uses Harden. So it kind of gives you a free turn, and it also reduces the damage that you take, so you can kind of work around that a little better. So what I'm hoping happens here is I get a high enough damage roll to where nose pass is below half, but not at 40%, which I think that's it. Hopefully he does 13. Okay.
Wow.
If he did 13, then we'd be in Torrent. This is kind of lame.
Yeah, we're 1 point off right now.
It did the lowest roll that it possibly could, which is 12. It usually averages 13. So now he's going to do 8 to 10, with 9 being the normal roll. He didn't harden like I wanted him to, so you know, this game's being lovely to me. So because I'm in kill range, he's not going to try and harden again either, so we just got to waste a potion. He didn't crit us at least, so we in there. So now that we're leaving the fight with Torrent, there's a bunch of fights coming up that will go by a lot quicker. We fight another Aqua grunt that has a Poochyena, and that Poochyena is 100% guaranteed to die if you're in Torrent, but is a 2-shot if you're not. So that'll save us a turn there. There's one of 2 trainers that will fight depending on what happens, and all of them have pokes that are a range of some sort if I don't have Torrent. So you got to play risky to play safe. It's a really odd conundrum, and that's the case with a lot of Pokemon games. I can't really think of one where like you play safe ever if you want a good time.
Yeah, I can't think of one either.
Like there's no real like safe guaranteed strategies other than like Pokemon Red has a couple.
And a lot of cases, like, since the starters in every single generation have the abilities like Torrent, Blaze, Overgrow, that all function basically the same, being in low health just is generally really good and ends up being a lot safer than being at high health.
So right there was kind of what I was talking about with different spinners. So she's a type B spinner, so I brought up my menu without bringing it up fully. What that does is it gives me a chance to react. If she doesn't change her direction at all, then it's a 7 and 8 chance to pass her, and it's 1 and 8 for her to turn and hit us.
So this is the first of a couple technically optional fights on this route that we're doing, mainly with the goal of getting Mudkip to the point of evolving into Marshtomp pretty soon here. That's going to speed things up quite a bit, especially on the next gym leader.
Yeah, especially since we're not doing Abra anymore. We do Brawly early, whereas the old route we would delay Brawly for quite some time. Brawly would be the 4th. I think we always did him after Flannery, yeah. Right. But now we do him 2nd. Which the Brawly fight is one of the hardest fights in the game if you're doing him early. It's like mid-70s. I don't remember the exact number, but it's like mid-70s of a chance to finish, which is actually quite low compared to every other fight. The only other fight that's really harder is Tate and Liza.
Well, I think you have a friend earlier, Pickleax, who had a different thing or something he just wanted to correct you on.
Oh dear.
He had a $5 donation. He just wanted to let you know that the bird that will bring us victory is the win goal. And I had one more from Garfield the Lightning. He donated $25. I wish you good luck, Keys, and also some bad luck because it'll be funny. So
I mean, I hope I'm fitting exactly what you want so far, man.
I don't know. This could be a little bit better too, because he donated to nickname the trainer in Pokemon X after your favorite Sapphire trainer. I wonder who would that be. You have any ideas?
Does it start with B?
I bet you it starts with B.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, naming it Brooke.
Brooke Lesnar. What a girl. So you'll see Brooke later on. She's. It's funny that you mentioned her after I said like this is the hardest fight. No, this is the hardest fight. I think percentage-wise she's not the hardest, but I lose so many runs to her, and I'll explain it once we get to her. So right here, we could choose which trainer to fight, either the top one, which is Joey, or the bottom, which is Jose. It really depends on if I've fought an extra encounter for experience, what my health is at, so on and so forth. So if my health was 6 or lower, I would avoid this guy at all costs because his Machop has a 1 in 16 chance to roll 6 if he does low kick. And this fight's also where, oh hey, that's really good.
Nice.
This fight's also where Torrent really comes into play because that Zigzagoon is not guaranteed to die in one hit if you're not in Torrent. And that Machop is not a guaranteed 2-shot. And then it's a critical range, and it's not a really favorable one, I don't think. Or it's like pretty low. So as Oro just said, we did a bunch of extra fights there, so now we get our Marshtomp. Marshtomp has the blessing and the curse of becoming part ground type. And he also learns Mud Shot right away, which we're going to use that for essentially the entirety of the run up until Tate and Liza. So this has the blessing of, wow, good dance. This has the blessing of being ground because ground gives us really good coverage in certain spots and it helps us cover stuff that we couldn't normally cover. Mudshot also has the property of dropping the speed stat of the target by 1 stage. So that was really, really beneficial for a handful of fights. Now the curse is we're super duper weak to grass now, and our rival has a grass type starter. So that leads to a really awkward second fight with him. So because we're a hero and we save this guy's bacon twice, we get another job to do because that's how you reward people, is with more work. But he also gives us a Pokénav, which has 0 use in this run. And it's an annoyance in Emerald. So Emerald, you'll get a bunch of different trainers' numbers, and you know, depending on whether your battery is dead or alive, they might call you and slow you down. It's a great time.
Well, I bet you while you're delivering something, you'd like to hear a little something in the background.
Sure thing.
I have, let's try this, a $25 donation from Anonymous.
There we go. Yes.
First time watching RPG Limit Break live. Looking forward to seeing some of my favorite games get crushed. Looking at you, Alundra. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sorry, no RoboTrek run this year by PJ. But this donation goes to Runner's Choice. Do you have a donation incentive coming up? I can give you a few ideas of what's coming up in the near future.
You know, I'm going to defer Runner's Choice to Announcer's Choice.
Oh, I get to choose.
Yes, sir.
Well, I might need a moment for this one. I will get back to you.
Half the point of me giving it to you was so there wasn't a moment. What are you doing?
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess if there's something that we love very much, it's Jeff. So I think I'm going to go ahead and name the hero of Dragon Warrior 3 after Jeff.
Shoutouts to Jeff.
Jeff. And that would give Jeff a $47 to $1 lead over Taiho.
I noticed that Jeff was an option for every single thing in Sapphire as well.
Jeff is the answer to everything.
Jeff is apparently the answer to everything, except Gumi, apparently.
I mean, when Alta drops $500 on it, it's hard to argue.
Yeah. You know, the best part about that was I found out somebody else came up to me and told me that it happened. And then I check on my Twitter, right? And he just tweets a picture of Gumi at me with a Top Gun hat on.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. So now we're going to be taking the letter that we got from the head of Devoncorp to our good buddy Steven, and he's going to do some more story progression stuff.
And like I said, we got rewarded by doing work, so we're doing more work. So we have to run through this, and this cave isn't too terrible. So the guy we just passed, I believe he gives you Flash.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you need to beat Brawly to use Flash. That's really slow, and I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to run in the dark. I might bonk a couple of times. I will bonk a couple of times, but I could lie and say that it's so I know where I am, but it's just I'm bad. So that wasn't too bad. I actually did better than I normally do. That's really sad. Oh my goodness. So we talked to Steven from either the left or the right because it makes him leave a little faster because he goes at walking speed and we go at running speed. Interestingly enough, if you talk to him from below, it still takes him just as many tiles to leave. I don't quite understand. I guess it's just the way that the map loads the exit.
And I also got some good news. We just hit $20,000.
Nice.
Awesome. And how did we get there? Well, by our best friend, Anonymous. With a $150 donation, they crumble under fear and pressure. Rah, 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 rah. And a lot more rahs, too. I'm not going to say that. But he Anonymous put it towards naming the character in Diablo 2 not a barb. Because obviously they do not want a barbarian.
Nice.
And there is a couple of donations incentives still to come after Pokemon Sapphire. Coming up after this is Diablo 2, run by Yagamoth. And you could still name the character in it. Right now, it is, it's going to be not a barb with 150 over go at 100.
I want that name to win.
And you can choose the class, which can be, right now, Necromancer is in the lead with $80 over Druid at $35.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, if there's any more Runner's Choice, I want go.
We will go right to that.
So this is Brawly. Brawly is one of the hardest fights in the run. Usually the Machop will use Bulk Up, and it'll just be kind of obnoxious because since our damage is variable, we have to kind of think on the fly what the best choice is. So like right now he used Bulk Up, and I'm pretty sure he's going to live on 1, unless I get a pretty good roll. Like I think I need to roll Oh, hey, there we go. I rolled what I needed to. Excellent. So for the most part, we should be good. I would like to take a little bit of damage from Makuhita, not a whole ton. So like if he could use Arm Thrust like 2 or 3 times, that would be... Oh, no. Okay, so that's heal range, so we're going to have to kill another turn here.
Yeah, if you get a really low roll here, you can get away with either 2 mud shots or a mud shot and a water gun, depending on if you're in Torrent or not. And it makes the fight a lot faster than him healing, obviously.
Yeah. Would you please stop that? That's 2 1 and 16s in a row. We just got our Gen 1 miss.
Gumi's trying
Gen
a little
3.
too hard.
This is why I didn't want to name him Gumi. Okay, that's reasonable, I guess. I'm going to go for the water gun range because we use so many mud shots.
I'm just picturing Marshtomp turning around and having Gumi's derpy face on.
So we didn't have to reset, so I'll take that. The fight was kind of lousy, but it could have been a lot worse too. Machop usually does a lot more to you. Usually it'll go bulk up into Karate Chop or double bulk up into Karate Chop, and if it crits you with a double bulk up, you're dead. It's no fun. He also he likes living when he shouldn't. Gumi actually did a lot of damage. I'm quite proud.
Yeah. Hopefully keeps it up.
Also, I was really tempted before the run started to say that I would like donate X amount of money for every bonk I do, and I'm kind of glad I didn't agree to that because I think I'd be bankrupt by now.
I'm probably going to do it for Halusha encounters and hate my life, but that's okay.
Well, you know, you've had plenty of practice here for the last 35 minutes. I think it's a good time to start that. You know, just start with a clean slate. What do you say?
Yeah, clean slate. We're headed to Slateport, too.
Yeah, there we
Perfect.
go. Perfect timing.
Don't forget to go to the name raider, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got that. I got you.
All right.
You know, I'll do that, though. I'll join you on the Halucha thing
All
if
right,
you do
sounds
it.
good.
Okay. We can be good Samaritans. Okay, I didn't mean to talk to her twice. Wow, she talks a lot.
So the soft sand that Keys just got is a hold item that we're going to be giving to Marshtomp, and what that's going to do is increase the power of any ground type move that Marshtomp uses by 10%, and that's going to remove a lot of what would be damage ranges and push a lot of fights to be a lot easier than they would be otherwise.
And then you add the additional boost of being a ground type using a ground move.
Yeah, so you get 50% from that, and then an additional 10% on top of that. So
it's a really valuable item, and it's so not out of the way. It's just a few steps. So I guess this is technically a trainer gauntlet. You have to fight 2 trainers in a row without healing. They're not terribly impressive. Really, the only thing that can go wrong is if I miss a move or if I get confused. I really don't want to get confused. Missing a move's okay, I guess. As long as I don't miss twice. And the crappy thing about Mud Shot is that. It's 95%. It's essentially just ground tackle. Strong ground tackle, but ground tackle.
one small nice thing about Mudshot on the flip side of things is that on top of moves being physical or special as far as determining, you know, what stat goes into their damage and things like that, Mudshot also has the property, while being a physical move, it is technically a non-contact move. So it's not going to trigger the ability that these Carvana have called Rough Skin, which deals damage to any attack that makes contact with them. So we're going to be saving time there a little bit.
Okay, no confuse. Good, good. So that Zubat has Astonish, Leech Life, and Supersonic. I don't know if it has a 4th move. If it does, I've never seen it.
I don't think so.
I think Mudshot's special ever since Gen 4 as well. Just because this.
Yes, it is.
So the non-contact thing makes sense when you think about it that way too.
Yeah. Yeah, so this Gen 3 was the last gen that differentiated physical or special moves based on their type. So any ground move is going to be physical, any water move is going to be special, et cetera, et cetera. In Gen 4, they decided to split that up. It ended up making a lot of Pokemon a lot better, but that isn't really relevant here.
And the easiest way to really think about whether something's physical or special is if it's a type that Eevee can evolve into, or Dragon, then it's special. Every other type is physical. And that includes, like, if you think about if Fairy were introduced in Gen 1 instead of Gen 6, then Fairy would also be special. Oh, hey. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
numerator.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, well, we're going to...
I almost forgot too, so.
Ah, there we go. There we go. It was all part of the entertainment, I guess. Okay, so we're going to name our Wingull now. I'm kind of sad that we had to do it this way because we actually have to name the cast form this way as well. In Sapphire and Ruby, for some reason, when you receive the cast form, they don't let you nickname it. Whereas in Emerald, as soon as you get it, you can name it whatever. So once we get the cast form and I'm able to fly here, I will nickname it.
So right here, we're coming up on the second rival fight, which is probably another one of the most threatening fights in the run, but it is largely consistent. We're going to want to go into the fight with slightly lower than max HP, just because we want to be able to be in Torrent at a certain point. And we also need to heal at a certain point during the fight so that Grovyle doesn't kill us.
Another benefit of going in is if I go in at 40 or lower, the AI dictates that the Slugma won't lead with Growl. If I get Growl, that's run over. If I had higher health, then I would have to set up an X attack and hope that it doesn't use Growl. If it didn't use Growl, then for some reason the AI is like, well, he's already super strong, so let's not do that. But because of my health right now, it's only going to do Tackle or Ember if I'm unlucky. Working at the fight's actually pretty neat, though. So you set up everything on this new Mel, you heal on it, and like we had mentioned before, Mudshot lowers speed, so the Grovile's going to outspeed us with Absorb, and then we're going to hit it with a Mudshot, and then it'll be slower than us after its speed drops and after we just use that X speed. So assuming we don't miss, it's just an easy 2-shot. And this is where the Soft Sand also comes into play. Very, very old routes used Rock Tomb, and Rock Tomb is less accurate. That's a really good roll, so we can tackle from there. It doesn't really matter if I use Mudshot or Tackle because they have the same hit rate, but okay, unless we get a critical hit. Tackle saves time because it doesn't have an extra text box associated with it, since Ground is not effective against Grass. So the biggest threat of that fight was that Grovyle, and as you can see, assuming the fight goes the way it's supposed to, it's really, really easy.
That was really good.
That was a really good fight. We take those. Now, unfortunately, Foresight is not a move we need, so we don't learn that. We don't fight a single ghost as Marsh Stomp. The only time we fight ghosts is in the Elite Four, now I think about it.
Yeah, and every flying type we have better stuff to hit them with.
Yeah. So I picked up a couple of revives. We have to pick one up because I want my bird to be alive. I'm picking up the second one just for safety. So as you saw, that trainer there, not the one I just passed, but the one prior, the collector, I pulled up my menu and loaded up the bag completely. He's a spinner that not only can he turn no matter what you do, but he also has two really bad Pokemon for us to fight, Nuzleaf and Lombre. So I take the bag manipulation there to guarantee the pass. And I think there's... I'm trying to think how many other spinners there are left that I'll do that with. I can think of one. I think there's only one left.
Which ones exactly?
Well, I got a few more things for you.
Go for it.
$10 donation from Anonymous. Gunner is a frog. We have $3 from Eternal Ashes. Loving the marathons. Thanks to all that make it, or who make it possible. Donation goes to Commentator's Choice. So Commentator gets a choice.
Aren't you special?
You have anything that looks good? Maybe, I don't know, go, 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 go.
I'm actually going to go for go, 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 go as well, actually.
My boy.
There you go. Go, 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 go. For Diablo 2. Card Fet gave $10. I had a friend once tell me that Necromancer was the worst class in Diablo 2. I never played it enough to know if it's true, but this donation is hoping it is. We had $69 from Anonymous. Shout-outs to my favorite Pokemon runner. Love you, Keys. Donation goes to Runner's Choice, unless that choice isn't naming the Kyogre Gumi. Then it's good. Then it's put to that. Also, Gunner is a frog. So is your
I'm still going go, go, go.
okay? Then I guess that will go towards naming Kyogre Gumi. Sorry. And a $15 donation from Roxy. Shout out to Keys, the king memer. I will forever be a stockholder. I love you, Keys, and all us memers are rooting for you. And hey, Oro.
Hey, Roxy.
That wasn't very enthusiastic. Hey, Oro.
Hey, Roxy.
There
Okay,
we go.
That was a little better. Can't wait
Solid.
for your Pokemon X run. I've been exciting for it. Also, Keys, when is Animorphs 100%?
Oh, no.
You're never going to get away with that.
See, the thing about Animorphs 100% is it's such a crappy category. Like I made something up. It's essentially like Animorphs version of Pokemon Catch 'em All. And there's one morph named Tiger that is just impossible to kill. Like, it's just impossible. I've done it once ever, and I think I was dreaming.
And Critical Sid with the $50 donation. As promised, $5 for every death during my Golden Sun run. Put it towards naming the trainer in Pokemon X Edge Daddy.
Heck yeah.
Hey Alta, if you have another $500, you could name other things in X. Gumi. So I actually want to take a little bit of damage in this fight, so it kind of sucks that we haven't. The lower my health is, the likelihood of me getting Supersonic goes down. It's the same case as that Slugma we fought. Oh, come on. Well, okay, I guess we going in full. Hopefully it just uses Sonic Boom anyway. Another reason I want to take damage is immediately after the Watson fight is my girl Brooke. Same case. If your health's too high, then she does horrible, horrible things to you. If your health's low enough, then she'll only attack. She can Growl, she can Supersonic, she can Wing Attack, and she can Water Gun. I obviously want the last two and not the first two. So what I'm actually going to do is, since my health is so high, I'm going to skip the X speed. That way everything outspeeds me in this and can try to hit me. Now Magnemite failed. Where Magnemite failed, the Voltorb will succeed, but he'll hit me with Rollout for 1 damage, so that's not enough. What a friend. So now hopefully the Magneton uses Sonic Boom instead of Supersonic. If he uses Supersonic, I'm going to be a little salty. What are you doing? What are you doing? No! That's good, but it's not. All right, well, we just have to hope that Brooke is nice turn 1. Leave it to Sapphire. Good luck is bad luck.
I heard Brooke is your favorite trainer.
Oh, she sure is.
She's something.
She's my waifu. So I'll talk about Brooke a little bit more in a couple of minutes. I could talk about her for days.
Well, you know, there's something else we could talk for days, too.
Is it
And that's
donations?
to remind everyone who we are. And this is RPG Limit Break 2017 live from Salt Lake City, Utah. And we are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. May is National Mental Illness Month, and we are trying to raise awareness, and just as NAMI is, through education, leadership, and increasing the availability of care. And we hope that you will donate and help out this cause. You can also do so at their website, where more information can be found at nami.org, or with the hashtag StigmaFree.
So I passed a couple of spinners there, and I did them in really specific ways. So if you're 8 tiles away from a spinner, then they are going to show up in their default direction. So that spinner that I just passed, I deloaded him and just blitzed past him. There was a hiker I passed right before him where I deloaded him, then I got off the bike, ran toward him, and got back on the bike. And the reason why I did that was because I had enough time in terms of like the frame count to get his attention, to get him to, oh, come on, don't do it. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I have to redo that. But yeah, I got his attention just like the other spinners earlier. And I got on my bike, and my bike gave me enough speed to get past him. I believe that's another 1 in 8 thing. I think he has a 1 in 8 chance to hit you. when you do it right, it looks really neat.
This is also Brook, by the way, in case you didn't catch it the first time.
Yeah. Go, Brook. So we might be resetting here a couple of times because I desperately need to, well, you know, not die. That'd help. Please don't growl. You're a friend. Please don't miss again. You're a friend. There's one more thing that can go wrong. So this Rosalia, as good as this Mudkip is, this Rosalia is a 77% range. And I'm using a 95% accurate move. So usually it doesn't go too well. Like that. Now my health is high. I don't know if I can... Okay, well, there's that. That's terrible. I guess I'll just buy a Paralyze heal or something. Jeez. You're killing me, game. That's fine. That's fine. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. 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 I love you too, Brook. I don't know if the new Mel can actually kill me, though. All right, we'll take that, I guess. Second try, it was terrible, but you know.
That's Brook for you.
Second try still better than third.
It's true.
It's very true.
It took less time to beat her than it did to get the kip, so I'll take what I can get. So on a completely not speedrun related, doesn't really matter fact, this is my favorite route in all of Pokemon because it's my favorite track in all of Pokemon. But we get to hear it for like 5 seconds and then it's just done. It makes me sad. It's like my reward for beating Brook. It's my victory anthem.
Hey, how about some donations to celebrate your victory anthem?
Do it.
How about $25 from Wind Rider Shiva? Runners, may the RNG ever be in your favor. Looking forward to the Diablo 2 run. Go Necro, go, 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 go. We got $40 from Da Kitty. $10 for each character I got killed. Sorry, Critical Sid. And $10 from Chrono Crash. Happy birthday, Solomon! Man, is his birthday every day? Looking forward to Yagamoth's runs. I also have a question for you. Could you expand on this whole Goomy thing a little bit for us?
I think I'm gonna buy
So, long story short, Goomy is a Pokemon in Gen 6, and our good friend Altabiscuit is just a little bit obsessed with it.
I don't think a little bit is enough to
Debatably
explain
good
this.
reason, but...
So just gonna do that and get that out of the way. And since I'm healing anyway, I might as well do that.
So before Wingull was a thing, we used to keep a Great Ball around and try to catch a Swablu on this route, but thankfully we don't have to do that anymore.
Okay, well, you know, that in my head that was really clean, but it wasn't on performance. So
Those
let's
bonking noises you heard just didn't happen.
yeah,
Just an audio blip.
that's all calculated because I didn't hit any of the trainers. So
Was that a bonking noise I heard? Is that maybe, I don't know, $5?
$5 a bonk? What? No.
Okay, I'll be generous. $4.50. Wow, you can't expect me to be nice like this every day.
I'll consider it if it's $4.20.
$4.35.
You drive a hard bargain. I'll have to think about it. I'm gonna have to actually look at the VOD and see how many times I bonked. See if it's within the realm of affordability.
Scale the amount appropriately.
Yeah. So he has a Zangoose that has Swords Dance, and it's really, really scary. And I did heal, but normally your health is kind of low there. Do I really want to? Would you just? Okay, there we go. But yeah, so I do the bag manipulation on him so I can freeze him, because hitting him is just awful. Also, I had no reason to go back like that. I don't know why I did, but
It's fine.
I felt like if I didn't do it the right way, then I'd mess up.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Also, a completely random fact, this trainer here, he doesn't see you in Ruby or Sapphire, but he does if you're playing the Japanese version.
There's a lot of weird regional differences, especially in Gen 3 compared to other gens. And that's just one
Maybe a
of many.
pair of glasses is the only difference?
Maybe.
How about a $4.20 donation from Basticor? Basticor. Hey, Keys, good luck on your run. Also, don't forget to tell everyone about memebig.net for the best memes as Keiza W and Keiza Love.
I'll divulge on memebig.net once the run's done. Don't worry, Basti.
Awesome. Also, here is my waifu pic. Insert pic to meme waifu picture here.
But we already beat Brooke. I don't know. What is this movement?
That is true, but we can always remember. Never forget.
Oops. What the? I like mixed up my buttons there. That was really weird. So there, once again, I went down an extra tile past that one rotator, and it deloaded the first hiker spinner, and then I did the run to bike manip on that second hiker. Also, fun fact with this slope, there's a 1 in 64 chance that you see an NPC crawling up or down it. I've only seen it happen once. Okay, that works too. So typically I try to talk to the trainers to avoid the exclamation point. The exclamation point just adds unneeded frames. But if you're biking as well as I am today, then there's only so much you can do.
There's only so many $4.40 that you can give.
Exactly.
Hey, it was 435.
Hey, yeah.
I see what's going on here.
What are you doing?
Oops, my bad.
So story-wise, we're here because, you know, Team Aqua needs a volcano for their master plan.
And we're going to take their meteorite away.
Like their goal in life is to expand water, so they're at a volcano. I mean, it happens, I guess. The plot of this game makes no sense to me. It's all nonsense.
It's more fitting for certain teams than others. Like, being at a volcano makes more sense for Team Magma, but we're playing on Sapphire, so...
And the reason we're playing Sapphire over Ruby is because of the Legendary. So Kyogre completely outperforms Groudon in Elite Four. Like, it's not even close. I don't specifically remember if Groudon is faster than sticking with Swampert or if Swampert's faster than Groudon. Like, that's how bad it actually is. So I gotta revive my birdie here because he has one more use. So Flying Goomy is going to be a hero and help us against Archie. Hopefully Archie's AI cooperates, though. I would sure hate if he did something like kill the bird. Also, shoutouts to Archie for calling me an ignorant child when he's standing next to a volcano.
So as you just saw with Mightyana's ability Intimidate, that's the main reason we have Wingull here, is to avoid getting intimidated on Marshtomp, because that'll lower our attack by 1 stage, which is really, really bad. But we also didn't want the bird to die, so that's also kind of not great.
I'm sad. In all seriousness, though, it allows us to set up a guard spec, so it gives us 5 turns of avoiding stat drops. I don't know why I tried to use that right there. Avoiding stat drops so we don't get affected by Sand Attack. And if you've ever seen me do runs of this, the Sand Attack is absolutely, absolutely awful to deal with. This fight was okay, I guess. Unless the Golbat crits us, then we're fine. So, you know, the Golbat's gonna crit us now. This is actually the fight. I lose more runs to this fight than I do Brook, as much as I complain about Brook. And 9 times out of 10, I lose the run because this Golbat criticals me with Wing Attack.
That Golbat is so adorable. Look at the smile on his face.
And now he's out of here.
Good. He was a buster anyway.
There's not much of a smile anymore, is it?
And I take the rough skin damage here. We can kill it with Mud Shot, but 1, my Mud Shots are kind of low right now. And 2, I'd rather not miss against that Sharpedo, because that Sharpedo will kill me. So I'll gladly take 4 damage as opposed to dead damage.
Yeah, thankfully rough skin damage is entirely fixed, so we always know how much we're going to take and can just play around it accordingly.
Goomy, thank you. So yeah, it's kind of funny how they handle the team dynamic in Ruby and Sapphire. So essentially, you're always helping out Team Magma in Sapphire, and you're helping out Team Aqua in Ruby. So no matter what, you're helping out a villainous team. It's just, I guess, like, it's an alternate universe, and you're picking the less of two evils.
You know, maybe we should thank out some more people too. Thank some more people who helped out.
Absolutely.
Of course, by everyone who is donating to help us, including $5 more from our best friend Anonymous. I would donate to name Kyogre Gumi, but since it's already happening, I'll donate towards my favorite Wii game ever, Xenoblade Chronicles. Good luck with the rest of the run, Keizaron.
Thanks.
$5 for Keishura. Hi, Oro!
Hi, Kishara.
Wow, you don't have much enthusiasm. Come on. Hi,
That is enthusiastic.
That is just
You have to
enthusiasm.
understand.
Good luck on your run, Keiza.
Thanks.
I'm splitting my donation, $2 to Runner's Choice, unless he decides he doesn't like go anymore.
Oh no, we're still all for the go train.
Awesome. The last $3 goes to Aurora's dress being the dark variation in Child of Light. My favorite streamer Plexel says it reminds him of an ice cream cone. Hopefully Takaze will come through and show us why. So, given a little update on that, after Diablo 2 will be Child of Light by Takaze, and we have two donations for that, incentives for that. One being the dress color for Aurora. Right now, dark is the only one that has anything on it at $3. So if you want normal light, you can throw some on there. Also, the 100% run. That means completing all 11 Lumerian quests and collecting the 16 confessions. That right now is at $150 out of 400.
I keep doing that.
And the naming bid war on Diablo 2 right now, Nade Barb is still in the lead with $150, but Go is right behind with $140, and Luis Labrocante at $133. I had a $25 donation from Anonymous going towards Go. And a $4.20 Anonymous. I like that guy.
What the hell?
What is wrong with this slug? What the hell, man?
So, Keys mentioned earlier that there was a fight that we wanted to die on afterwards, and this is it. And we need this Slugma to poison us with Smog, which is a 30% chance on a move that's, I believe, 80% accurate, and it missed it 3 times.
And then it did Sunny Day once, too, which the whole point of me hitting it with Strength is to reduce the chance of it using other moves. So, you know, we got poisoned eventually, I guess, so
yeah.
Go team, I guess.
Hey, everyone likes a little sunlight. Well,
it's so
in
much
most
extra
cases.
text.
And one more, a $4.20 donation from Anonymous. Good luck on the Sapphire run, Keizaron. Spread the word of memebig.net forever.
If it weren't for memebig.net, then, oh, come on, don't ruin me, no. You gotta be kidding me. We gotta do that whole fight over.
My gosh.
So, yeah, Mudshot can miss. As we've seen, 4 times now? It's missed almost as much as I've bonked.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad. Like, this has been pretty awful. What a friend. Okay, so like I said, I strength now to try and reduce the chance of other moves. There's the Smog miss. That's absolutely 100% what we didn't want.
Come on, Slugma. Oh my god.
It had to be this fight. It had to be this fight. Okay, come on, just come on.
Do the thing. Oh
Do the thing, please. Come on. Yeah. No. Oh my goodness.
So we were over here having a discussion. We thought of something that might either be nicer or, or maybe even a little more wicked. Instead of, every bonking donating $465 for every bonk.
This price is getting ludicrous now.
Hey, inflation. How about you just donate for every 10 Mudshot misses? I don't know which one would be worse.
Well.
At this rate, I don't know.
This is awful.
That crit was just like icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's a higher chance to get poisoned than it is to get critical.
Yeah, so poison is 3 in 10. Oh, I guess technically not with the accuracy included, but crits are 1 in 16. So it's kind of just insult to injury at this point.
Man, this is a treat. Okay, That's fine. Just poison me next turn. That'd be good. We were fine with that first
That's
fight.
better.
We were fine with that first fight if we didn't miss.
The thing about this fight, too, is that getting poisoned too early is also potentially bad, so we'll see how this goes, but...
How about for every sunlight? There's another. That might be good, too.
I might as well just give you my card at this point.
Remember, it's all for a good cause.
This is true.
And sunlight, you know, brings happiness to all.
So wait, hold on. What's my health? Okay, I'll be fine.
I guess Goomy
fine.
brings happiness to all, too, right, Kirby?
Oh, that's not good. Oh,
What
come
the
on. What the heck is happening? I thought the sunlight went away. Okay, well, you know, this is miserable. I'm a buster. Hi, Twitch.
This slug was a buster.
I don't get why this Slugma's being so rude. That's mostly on me, though. I forgot about the sunlight completely. I was mathing in my head because I wanted to... The lower my health is, the better because it's a faster death warp. But, I mean, obviously, dying before the fight's over is slower. Okay, 4th time's a charm. Like I said, this is why the estimate's so high.
Okay.
Okay, and he didn't Sunny Day, right?
No.
He missed Smog or hit Smog or something.
Yeah, he hit
It was-
Smog.
It was all Smog all day.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. We in there this time if I don't miss. I promise. I'll put my money where my mouth is too. 20 bucks if I lose this fight.
Now, define that for me, please. You know. We want to make sure we're on the right terms here. Is that, you know, for every sunlight? Is it,
No,
you know,
no.
miss smog? I don't know.
If I miss Mud Shot, I will donate 20 bucks. But it's this particular fight. That seems fair. So 5% that I donate $20. I'm gonna donate $20. I can already tell.
Probably. This is Sapphire, after all.
It's true. Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll donate $20 anyway.
Sounds like a good deal. Good job.
It's $20 to make up for the time I just wasted. So that was a good, like, 6-minute Flannery, I think.
The Death Warp will be fast?
I
guess.
guess. Like, getting high health wouldn't be too bad, especially during a marathon setting, because I could get an extra rare candy. But at this point in time, I already look like a buster, so I might as well go like full buster and not get that candy. So we just walk in front of her. So this has the benefit of giving us that death warp, so we go back to Petalburg. And it also lets us skip the cutscene after the gym where Brendan gives you the go goggles, which that's really slow. And now we're back here. So we don't need Abra. We just need a cooperative Slugma instead.
How about a go, 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 go? Will
That
work?
too.
Good, because someone sitting near me, Caladorn, just donated $10. This goes towards Runner's Choice to even out the Go 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 with Not a Barb. So that puts both of them for Diablo 2 Name the Character at $150 each. Thank you.
So this Delcatty, coming off of that Slugma, this Delcatty can also be a royal pain. It has Charm, which... and Sing. I forgot about Sing. Both of which will just incapacitate Marshtomp for unforeseeable amounts of time.
I did this in, well, she also has Cute Charm,
That
so like if you
too,
touch,
yeah.
so like attract, Cute Charm, and Sing. I played this for an online marathon, and I lost 5 minutes to this fight because it's a coin flip whether you're immobilized by love or not, and I kept getting immobilized and I kept getting put to sleep. Like that fight is one of the most inconsistent pieces of trash I've ever seen.
It's just as bad in the remakes too.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's terrible.
It's pretty awful.
So every gym for the most part has some sort of gimmick. Like Brawley's was in the dark, and that was kind of emphasized that he's going to give you flash. Watson's was all the electrical signs and whatnot. Flannery's I don't understand the point of, but you fall in holes.
That's like a hot spring, I guess.
I guess your guess is as good as mine. as for this gym, there's multiple paths you can take, and each room, each trainer uses a specific item. So like we were just in the X accuracy room, we're in the X defend room. We're gonna go into the dire hit room soon. We avoid rooms like X attack, X speed, stuff like that. Doesn't really necessarily change how you approach it. Obviously one side's better than the other. I think in Emerald actually they were looking at going all the way to the left instead of to the right like what I'm doing because it was riskier but faster, but I don't know if that applies to Sapphire. Also, this Zangoose can be a pain. It's actually a 2-shot range, but it's really, really unlikely that I don't get the 2-shot. And I'm pretty sure that just guarantees it.
You should be fine, yeah.
Now, hopefully, we had a pretty good Brawly. We had an absolutely abysmal Flannery. Hopefully, Dad makes up for it. Also, if you follow the plot at all, this is your dad. So, hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Don't beat us up.
Yeah. Be nice.
So the main nice thing about Norman is that he has 2 Slakings, which the first one is going to be pretty much used as setup fodder. Slaking has an ability called Truant that makes it so it's only able to act every other turn. The caveat for that is that Slaking's base stat total is absurd compared to pretty much anything else you'd see in the game, let alone at this point. So it's going to be doing a lot to us. But if we heal strategically and use this X defend here, we're going to be able to kind of deal with the hits that it sends our way and just get a bunch of setup going. And that should get us through the rest of the fight pretty cleanly.
Yeah, the only real issue with the fight is 1 criticals. Because a critical would just kill us. The critical would bypass the X defend, so as you see, he's doing a little less than half, but if he criticals, then he does everything. It's awful. And both Slakings are 3-shot ranges. They're all pretty favorable, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
So hopefully he yawns. I have enough healing items. I did buy an extra, but... Okay, well... We're gonna do it like that, Dad. Okay. So like that Slaking's a lot easier to kill than the other one. The other one, I've missed that range so many times. I've missed it every time in practice too. It's just miserable. So complete opposite of Slaking, Vigoroth has Vital Spirit, so it can't be put to sleep, and it doesn't have the every other turn caveat.
Thankfully, it's also not nearly as strong.
Okay, I was afraid it was going to critical. We want to enter this second Slaking at a certain health. It has Focus Punch, which I prefer, of course, if I don't miss. It also has Feint Attack. If I enter it too low of health, it'll favor Feint Attack over Focus Punch. With Focus Punch, we don't take any damage, and it should be an easy fight. Hopefully I get a favorable roll here. So he should be dead. I don't think this is a range from here.
It shouldn't be.
Okay, good. That fight actually went really
was
well.
really good.
That was much better than Flannery, so we'll take that, I suppose.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Dad.
Now just don't hit the Breloom trainer.
So there's a TV in the practice room that even though it was a CRT, it had this really weird input delay to it, and I was trying to compensate for the delay at one point in time, and I hit this trainer that had a Breloom, and it was the worst thing ever.
It had counter and Mega Drain and pretty much everything that just one-shots Marshtomp.
Like I used Strength on it, and then it used counter, and then I had a spare revive, so I was like, okay, this will be fine. So then I went with Surf instead, which did a little more than Strength did, but then he was like, oh hey, I have Mega Drain. So that was bye-bye. The joy of being super duper weak to grass, I guess. So we're talking to Wally's dad right now. He thinks that it's up to us as to why Wally's doing a lot better, so he gives us this not bribe of HMO3. And HMO3 is Surf, and Surf is pretty nice. It's stab, it helps you go to places.
It's also just a pretty good move.
95 power, 100 accurate. Pretty nice. Now, strangely enough, the Wingull can't learn Surf, but it can learn Shockwave.
I believe that was a wind goal.
Yeah, that's true. Good old Goomy. That was weird. So we go a little bit out of our way for a rare candy there. We're going to pick up another one as well. They're going to help us not only have a couple of easier fights, but it'll help us evolve into Swampert a little earlier.
Well, I have a $20 donation from Michael H. As a high-functioning autistic man, I highly respect what you're doing and finally got to catch this live. Put this money towards Vivi and Queena's wedding cutscene in Final Fantasy IX. Thank you very much for that. And also, I'd like to take a moment to thank someone else, and that is, of course, the Yeti. Yeti has partnered with us this year to make 9 original T-shirts dedicated to games that are being run here. And $3 from every T-shirt purchased will go towards Nami. So it's a great deal. They are a great deal, and it's going to help out Nami also. And if you're interested in getting any of these T-shirts, you should go to theyeti.com. That's YETEE /RPG Limit Break.
Yeti shirts are really comfortable. Buy some.
They're almost like 3/4 of my wardrobe at this point. So
It's probably 90% of my wardrobe.
I'm going for it.
nice.
Aha! Okay, so if I
Nice.
bonk once, then we hit that trainer. Now, he only has an Abra. He's not terribly threatening, but I need some good going on after all the bad. But as you can see, like ever since we got the bike, a lot of my spinner passes are very particular. Like I'll do the running when they're looking a different way, and then I'll jump on the bike. And like I said, like you have such a good enough window to do it that it's almost always worth it. This guy though, there's no way to manipulate him, and he's a terrible spinner, so we freeze him with the bag. What is that guy doing? There we go. That's the Breloom trainer, by the way. He's awful. Darn. That wasn't too bad, I guess. A couple of bonks.
All right, so now we're in the Weather Institute, and Team Aqua's doing some stuff with the weather because they want to, again, they want to expand the sea because reasons.
That's the best explanation we can give, too. I wish I could give you a better one.
Yeah, thankfully this Team Aqua Gauntlet, we can skip a lot of the trainers just because of the way they're positioned. So.
And we're going to pull this trainer out on purpose. That way we can get behind him, save some movement. Now, granted, that trainer that's next to him is a spinner. And that one we do bag manip because we can't run in here, so there's no real reliable way to get past. So there's more donations. This is a pretty chill time to do it.
We do not have any more donations, but I'd like to take a moment to remind you that there is still Kyogre and Cast Form. Obviously, winning is Goomy for both. Goomy for Cast Form is at $238.50 over not Goomy at $121. Thank you, Kirby, for all the help.
Shout outs to Kirby as well.
And Kyogre Goomy is at $182 over Jeff at $64.99. Come on, guys, let's make it a Jeff marathon again.
We are going to be getting Cast Form pretty soon here, but the cutoff won't be just yet because, like Key said earlier, we won't be able to nickname it right away.
Oh, what are you doing, son?
Okay, just let us know about when you can name them, and we will cut that off then. So you guys heard that. Last chance coming up for Cast Form. Knock out Goomy.
It'll probably be in about 10 minutes is probably a safe estimate for it. Because I could fly immediately, but we have to fly there eventually anyway, so it just make more sense to just wait a little bit. It'd be about 2 more minutes to wait. Because eventually Team Aqua is going to get brave and steal a submarine. And we get to see that happen.
So in addition to being an extra body for the Tate and Liza fight, Castform also comes equipped with a Mystic Water, which, much like the Soft Sand, is going to increase the power of Water-type moves by 10%, and that's going to be pretty helpful pretty soon and pretty much for the rest of the game.
So there are 2 different strategies that you can use here, depending on whether you're on what's considered high experience or low experience. So you fight any extra trainers on accident, or if you run into like a tentacle while you're in the water or something and you kill it, you would do a menu before this fight, and you would use your candies then. So this new Mel can kill you if you get extremely unlucky. So this fight is not nearly the struggle that Rival 2 is. So it's the same exact setup, an X speed and 2 X attacks, but the difference is we outspeed the Grovyle and we don't have to 2-shot it, so it's not a threat at all. The only way it's a threat is if you choose the wrong move or forget to use the X speed. So if anything, the biggest threat in this fight is the very start, because if you get focus energy into like magnitude 10 critical, then it does way more damage than you want to deal with. Also, I think my experience is weird. I think I mixed it up. I'm supposed to do... Okay, we're going to fight an extra poke somewhere. I'm not going to repel. We're just going to kill something. No big deal. So it's the other way around. I was supposed to menu before and not after. So we'll just knock out whatever this is. You would.
This should still 2-hit if you get a good roll. Nice.
Good enough for me. I was fully expecting to get punished for those 2 tiles and get another encounter. So as Gumi, we have to show our true power against this Kecleon, and we have to impress Steven. And there's multiple ways you can do this. I prefer the fastest method.
Can I just give him a hug? It looks like he wants a hug.
My battle style is pretty intriguing, by the way.
So now Steven gives us the Devon Scope, which we need to get into the next gym, because for some reason there's another Kecleon just like chilling in front of the one tile in front of the gym. The weird thing about the Kecleons is that there's various Kecleons placed throughout this game that you can interact with once you get the Devon Scope. Some of them just run away like the one in front of the gym, and some of them you can fight and catch. But yeah, thankfully the one in front of the gym just kind of pieces out.
I don't even remember how many Kecleons you can actually run into.
I only remember one other one, and it's on this route.
Yeah, it's like near the maze or whatever.
Yeah.
So said Kecleon is right there. And as soon as you see it, it just scurries into the trees, never to be seen again. My guess is it's just a way for the game devs to try to force some sort of story progression or something, I don't know. So this is also a little different from the older Sapphire route. So if we had the old Sapphire route going and we had Abra, we would have entered the center here, and we would have just completely abandoned this gym for a while, taking care of the events that happen on Mount Pyre, and then teleport back here because we don't have the ability to fly yet. This gym is what gives you the ability to fly. But because we don't have Abra, and setting up another Death Warp of some sort is kind of unreasonable and not necessarily fast or intuitive, we just do this gym early. And this gym isn't too terribly bad. Winona's lead is kind of rough. It's a Swellow that has double team. We set up an X special on it because we can't kill it otherwise, and even then it's still a range to kill. You know, I just realized I've said range a lot, and I haven't really explained what that is. So there's no real set damage. There's set damage moves like Sonic Boom and Dragon Rage, where it's 20 and 40 respectively. But because of the way that rounding and calculations go, you can roll anywhere from, you know, X amount to Y amount. So whenever I say damage range, it means that it's possible to kill, but there's a chance that it's not. I don't remember specifically what the Swellow is. I want to say 70%, but I think I'm just kind of talking out my ass.
I think it's something around there.
And then what's worse is that's assuming you get past the double team, and then she'll heal to full, and then, you know, you'll probably miss the second one. I keep forgetting where my items are. It does have Aerial Ace, but I only ever see it in practice. So we got to get past 2 double teams and hit a range, which isn't exactly...
Nice.
Okay, well, you know, I'll eat crow.
Sure.
Well, we take those. So then the next annoying part of this fight is this Pelipper. So this Pelipper is our setup fodder. We set up a lot. I'm going to set up all of my remaining X attacks, so all 5 of them. It has Supersonic. It has Protect, it has Water Gun, it has Wing Attack. I don't really want it to attack yet. I would rather it just keep spamming Protect. But I do want it to lower my health eventually. I want to get to 33 health or less, and the reason why I say that is because that'll knock me into Torrent, and I'll be able to kill the Skarmory in one shot. If I'm not in Torrent, then I have to weaken the Skarmory, and then I stand a chance of getting Sand Attack, and that's no fun. Okay, it's Aerial Ace, not Wing Attack, but they both have the same power. It's just one can miss if you're Sand Attacked and one doesn't. So this health's actually really, really good. Like, that was actually pretty much perfect. We had to waste an extra turn because of the confusion, but it figures that the gym leader I like is the one that gave us the biggest trouble, but then every other one has given us like a really smooth ride so far. I hate Tate and Lysa, so hopefully that means that
Yeah, hopefully they'll continue.
we just get like super critical. I guess that was actually a really good Winona fight.
So now we're headed to Lily Cove really quickly just to mark it as a fly point, and then we're going to head to Mount Pyre and deal with some more Team Aqua shenanigans.
And the reason why we go to Lily Cove before we do anything is so we can just fly to it later, because otherwise we don't have a checkpoint between here and Lily Cove, and it would just be a massive waste of time. We'd have to go through the route a second time, and the route's really large.
And for whatever reason in Pokemon games, the method that marks various areas as fly points is different in almost every single generation. Thankfully in this game, all you have to do is enter the area that you want to fly to. So all we have to do is enter Lily Cove for a single tile and just immediately
That was
leave.
really bad.
I don't even remember what she has.
I don't know what she has. Okay, so this is our first optional trainer.
Was that a bonk that I saw?
Probably.
Oh,
think
3
you-
bonks
I don't think I heard
Oh, wow. Okay, let me write that down.
No, it's gonna transform. No, that's so dumb. Okay, so if you can see it on stream, I have a revive. That's fine. I have a GameCube controller. The D-pad on the GameCube controller is really, really awful, and I'm surprised that that was the first like huge slip up that happened. I did have a revive, didn't
I
I?
thought you still had one.
Oh, well, okay. Well, we're doing this. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine.
That looks like cast form.
This
Well,
is awful.
for now at least.
We're not fine. Okay, freeze? I don't want to redo the Winona fight, but If we take a death, that's going to be really dumb.
It's alright, now you have stab powder snow.
Perfect. What is happening? Now I can't freeze. No, that's bad. Crit? Oh, this is so bad. Oh, I sold the revive. That's what it was.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Okay, so, you know, whatever. Marathon block. It's because it's not named Gumi. That's why we're having a hard. What are you doing?
Because you're not dual wielding. That's why.
Shoutouts to Shiru. Yeah, the sad thing is this is still going to be underestimate.
Probably. We still have Tate and Liza left. I wouldn't say anything yet.
That's true. Dude, what is? This is the dumbest thing. If I can like freeze, that'd be neat.
I mean,
Well, at least we know
not.
cast form is going to win.
Yeah. This was all calculated. I just wanted to fight the one other cast form in the game. How have I not frozen? What are you doing, man? I think now is as good a time as ever to plug in memebig.net. Go to memebig.net. That's memebig.net.
How about some donations too?
That too.
Okay, how about, I'm sorry if I butcher this name, but Acalistus with a $10 donation. Got to make sure this one gets the light dress. That goes towards the color of the dress in Child of Light for Aurora. Thank you very much. $5 from Anonymous. Wild Eevee behind you. Catch it. Okay, there you go. Thank you. And $25 from Anonymous again. Both of us love to play the Pokemon games, and we are watching with our 2-year-old future Pokemaniac. Woo! Yeah, congrats.
I forgot
Cast
Gumi was
form
out.
1.
That's how I got.
I
Get them while they're
completely
young.
forgot the bird was out there. That was so slow.
This
Okay,
cause is
so-
amazing as well. Thank you all. And no, thank you for the donation.
I gotta do this real quick because of encounters. No, please don't. After all that hard work, if I were to die. Shoutouts to Goddish. No, because it's raining, I'm gonna transform. Man. Surprised I didn't get punished there. Is my repel still up?
Don't know.
Pretty sure it still is. Okay, we can catch another Wingull, it's fine. Just build the army. Okay, it was up. That was weird. I've never seen it wear off so late.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's fine.
Everything is fine.
I had to make this interesting somehow. Okay, well,
That's
we passed her. Whatever. We'll take that. Something that, and this is completely on me, something that I'll tend to do is when I do run the bike, a lot of times, like right there, I'm just not getting on the bike at all. In Generation 1 and 2 of Pokemon, you can buffer your inputs. So a lot of times I'm trying to like buffer the input. Also, I promise we'll stop getting, oh, that's really bad. Well, we'll run away, right? Like, just win.
It's fine.
Good cast form. Just no more. This is bad enough.
So running away is partially based on your speed. So since cast form is so slow and Linion's actually relatively fast, running away is not exactly going to be.
Okay, and see, this is why I said it's fine, because we're just gonna
Just center
go here real quick.
Yeah.
There. See, it was all part of the entertainment. We're fine. That was miserable.
That fight was worth it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all manipulation for something. I don't know what yet.
We just needed to get a little Gen 5 Weather Wars in here.
Goodness. I've never seen it wear off that early, but then again, I never had to go to the center, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a donation here. It's an interesting one. This is $5 from Moo Cow Princess. I donated yesterday, but hearing the announcer say we don't have any donations to read broke my heart. Aw. So I wanted to donate again. However, I will donate 5 more if the announcer can answer this question. Mental health professionals in the U.S. use a certain book as an official standardized guide for diagnosing patients. What is the name of this book, and what version is it currently on? Well, this is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual on Mental Health Disorders, and this is the 5th edition, I believe. Thank you very much for that donation.
We'll take that $5 extra, thanks. You know, I want to say that, like, I probably deserve all this that's happening because a lot of it's on me and it's not necessarily bad luck. But then I remember that I'm named Goomy. So maybe I'm self-consciously doing this as, like, some, like, masochistic
You
thing.
can't exist in this generation, so it's some kind of paradox or something.
I got really excited when I saw OMG, comma, he. Like, as soon as I figured out what that meant, I was like, this is really awesome, and I want that. And then Alta Biscuit. That's twitch.tv/Alta Biscuit. Decided to donate. Okay, so we're going to get Swampert here, which is kind of neat, I guess. The funny thing is, like, we do so many fights with Mudkip and Marshtomp, and then Swampert only has, like, a handful of fights, and then we're done.
At least it's not the remix where it gets none.
That's true.
It doesn't even get to exist.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they tackled the remix for these games were really interesting. They just spoon-fed you legendaries left and right.
So how far away are we from naming Goomy again?
We are 1 fight and then 1 fly.
Okay, because
So-
Goomy is, winning big time. I don't think anyone's catching Goomy.
Yeah, I'd say after this fight, go ahead and probably cut it off. Or after the next 2 fights, I guess.
Okay, after the
this
next 2
fight.
fights?
Oh, yeah,
This
this
fight.
is
After
fine.
this one, yeah.
I always think there's an Archie fight here.
Okay, how about after this one we'll close it? Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty far ahead.
Yep.
Kirby is ready. He's like, I got my phone. It's
Go
all
away.
right." But don't worry, there's still one more person to name, the Kyogre. And that one's much closer. It's only 182 to 64.99 for Jeff. Don't worry, we won't tell Kirby.
Oh, I think I was thinking the remix with an extra fight here, because you fight Matt at the end of this.
Yeah. So, the blue team steals the red orb. And then we get the blue orb because we have to keep them united.
These are basically just the very creatively named plot items that trigger either Kyogre or Groudon to awaken.
And so I forgot to teach Fly earlier, but that's no big deal. Okay, good job, D-pad. So now Goomy's flying.
And now we get to add another Goomy to our ranks.
Mm-hmm. The long-awaited cast form Goomy.
He earned his name, I think.
Yeah, after that fight.
You all know what else we earned too? A $5 donation from Moo Cow Princess saying you answered right. Thank you very much. And also one more, a $25 donation from Vanessa. Forgot RPG limit break was starting so soon. My body is not prepared for the lack of sleep. Don't worry, there's a lot of bodies here that are not prepared for the lack of sleep.
Hi.
This goes to 100% Child of Light Run, as it's one of the most relaxing and underrated games I've ever played and deserves to be shown off.
I don't know about you, but this game's pretty relaxing.
Oh, yeah. No,
Except for
100%.
Cast Form. Cast Form was a little, well, I enjoyed the sunlight at least.
That was... Yeah, it's Goomy now.
I apologize. I mean, Goomy enjoyed the sunlight.
Good old Goomy.
Still got one more.
I know.
So if you got a party of Goomies, who's going to win?
The Goomy who gooms the hardest.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't have to mean anything.
So other than the fact that we had the center because of my own stupidity. This is why we go to Lily Cove, just so we can fly back immediately. It's so much faster than having to go through the route again, and you know, risking that trainer again. Okay, no encounter, that's good. So we don't repel there. The encounter rate there is really, really low, and you don't move that many tiles. We only have 1 repel left, so that's neat, I suppose. So that was a purposeful bonk. That way I can just walk past her. If you don't lose the frames from that bonk and you just walk that way, she sees you.
So the solution to this puzzle is relatively simple. It's just take the leftmost portal at all times and get ourselves a Master Ball. So we can actually skip this now with Manip that was just found like, what?
It's like two or three days
ago
before the marathon started, yeah.
Yeah, and it saves like a net 30 seconds or so if you get the Manip first try, but we're just going to take the Master Ball for now just because it's a little bit more reliable.
And I don't trust the on-timer right now. Yeah. But yeah, so instead of picking up the Master Ball, what you could do is you buy a net ball in Mossdeep. You're already shopping there for max repels and hyper potions. And the way that the catch manip works is it's frame based, just like every other manipulation. It's a 3-frame window. And what the heck? Okay, well, you know, we're doing that again. And the net time save is 30 seconds, and if it takes you 2 tries, then you lose 4 seconds total. So in competitive runs, it's pretty much always worth to go for it.
Also, Shelly sees you there on the Japanese version. Her range extends 1 tile farther, and
it's kind of like how, you know, we didn't get the real Super Mario Brothers 2 in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of got the fake Sapphire instead. Okay, that miss sucks because of Scary Face. But we're full health, so it would take an obscene amount of bad luck from here to... Oh, come on. Don't... No. Why do I talk? Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Just don't... Okay. Gumi hit itself in confusion. Oh, that's my Gumi. So now from here, we're 2 fights away from what is universally considered the worst fight in the game. Even on new strats, it's really bad. In fact, new strats, it's kind of worse because we have less bodies to kind of throw into the fire. Like, we used to have a bird, and we used to have a different Pokemon for Rock Smash instead of using Mudkip. We used to have an Abra. We had a huge party to try and mitigate how hard Tate and Liza are, but now we have half the size of the party. Also, she gets really close to seeing you. So you'd buy your net ball here if you were going to skip the Master Ball. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, I'll just buy like 4 then. Or just get another Hyper Potion. I hadn't realized that extra trainer we hit gave us so much money.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
We're also going to get Dive here. Dive's really handy because the Soul Rock in the Tate and Liza fight has Solar Beam. So you can do this hilarious game of chess with him where you just kind of outplay him by doing the right move after he does that. And like Dive also has the benefit of, it's not like Surf where it'll hit every single target on the other side. So it'll have focus damage on the Soul Rock. So let's see. I want to repel. I want to teach dive. I think my health's fine. Should be fine.
I think you're at like just over 100, yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to get 1 Nightshade on this next fight because it'll put us at a really favorable health. Also, his vision's terrible. I don't know how he doesn't see you there, but okay. Yeah, if we could get 1 Nightshade, then we'll be at a good enough health to where Lunatone won't hit us with Psychic, but Solrock will go for Solar Beam. So we have a pretty set turn 1 and turn 2. Okay, that's good. Okay, good. So, Tate and Liza, you have to really think on your feet because it's seriously like no 2 fights are the same, it feels like. There's like obvious answers on what is the best play, but you just gotta kind of go with your gut and hope that it works for the best. Turn 1 will always be the same though. It'll always be UX speed on Swampert, and then you heal Swampert to full with the other slave, and the slave just gets sacked. So we're gonna sacrifice a Goomy for the sake of Goomydom. Okay, we're just gonna get a perfect fight because I need to make up for like all the nonsense that's happened.
Stuff's been going pretty good so far after Flannery anyway, so.
Except for that trainer.
Hold on, I need to find some wood to knock on.
I
I think I just jinxed us.
We'll find out, huh? Go Goomy and Goomy. The Goomy army. I guess so there we go. Solrock went for for Solar Beam. Lunatone attacks the slave. Not much of a surprise. Sometimes Cast Form has good enough special defense to where it'll tank a Psychic. It's both a blessing and a curse. So if I get Rain Dance up and Solrock is already committed to doing something, okay, so this is probably gonna be a terrible fight. But if Solrock was already committed to doing something like he was right there, then the very next turn after that Rain Dance, he would Sunny Day. Sunny Day is bad. Like it's bad, 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 bad.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, that's fine. It's gonna go for that again.
Getting Calm Mind or Light Screen from Lunatone is also terrible. Like, there's just so many moves during this fight that you just don't want to see at all.
Are we gonna pull this off?
Maybe.
Well, Solrock's down.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, that's okay, I guess. It really depends. Okay, that's lame. Like, this is perfectly winnable from here. I'm just trying to think, like, okay, now it's really bad. Why did I talk? Why do you let me talk? I think we could still kill. I'm pretty sure that's out of heal range.
It looks high enough? Okay.
We're in Torrent, so we're fine.
Cool.
There you go. See? Yeah, easy.
Nice.
Easy fight.
Everything is fine. This is fine.
See, fights like that are why I have an ego. Playing video games. Okay, so first try Tate and Liza. First try Brawly. First try Winona. 4th try Flannery.
Yeah.
And the Cast Form trainer that was like an entire gym leader on its own. These bonks are killing me, man.
So I got a few more here to read, if it's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Well, I have a $25 from donation from Anonymous. My name is not Jeff. It's Goomy! Oh, okay. Hopefully, again, I don't butcher this. But thank you very much for the $100 donation, Acalistus. This goes towards so my favorite streamer or can see 100% Child of Light run. That puts that at $275 out of 400. So that's awesome. Thank you. We got $10 from a certain person in the front row behind the couch. Watching you surf reminds me that there's too much water in this run. Also, Gumi. And with that right now, Gumi is well in the lead with $217 over Jeff at $64.99. We have a $10 donation from Emmy Pup. Go, 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 go for Diablo 2. And
Good
right now,
choice.
that puts Go, Go, Go in the lead with $160 over $150 for Not a Barb and $143 for Louis La Bracante. So it's a very close race for the Diablo 2 naming character. And then I have a $10 donation from Tranquilize. First time actually watching this. I love RPGs and this cause is great. Figured I'd donate to the cause. I have struggled with depression most of my life and eventually found out that the best cure is to surround yourself with positive outlets and positive people. It's not something that ever goes away, but you can combat the negative feelings by trying to surround yourself with positive things. Keep up the good work, guys. Great stream. Thank you very much, Tranquilize, and that's why we're here, to help support NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
What was my health? It's like 43.
44, I think.
43? Okay, we should be fine. We better be fine. We're fine.
42.
We're fine. Are we fine? We're not fine. We're not fine. It's fine. We'll just surf again. Whatever. See, I'm not. Obviously, it's extra time. I'm not gonna sweat too much happening though, because now that we have fly, it's kind of like you lose a couple of minutes. But I'm also gonna buy another max repel or two.
Yeah, if we've got some more donations or plugs or anything, go for it.
Okay, how about we give another donation here? How about $25 more from Anonymous? My favorite games have always been RPGs, and I'm extremely glad that y'all put this together to give them exposure. I work in an ER, and I see people who struggle with their mental illness every day. Thank you for working with NAMI to provide the means to live normal lives. Let's give this donation to Final Fantasy IX and the wedding scene. It is a beautiful wedding scene between Vivi and Quina. Something you have to see. And yeah, so I just want to remind everyone why we're here, and that's to support NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We are RPG Limit Break 2017 live from Salt Lake City, Utah. And May is National Mental Illness Month. That's why we're here supporting them. And they have been very supportive towards mental illness through various means such as education, leadership, and just increasing the availability of care and help. And you can support NAMI not only by donating here this week during RPG Limit Break, but also going to nami.org.
So there was a practice run I did before I came out here that died to that very same fight, and I've never died to it before, and now I have 2 on my record.
And I have a $5 donation from Aluminum Batman. Wait, I thought this was Pokemon Sapphire. Why am I seeing Sun and Moon?
Okay, round 2. I'm smarter and wiser this time. I also have more health. See, so the idea of what I did the last fight was I was trying to knock myself into Torrent. But, I mean, I knocked myself into Dead, so, you know, that's a thing. and that's why I wanted to be in Torrent. Oh, for goodness sake. I've suffered enough, man. Gumi, please. Ugh. You know, there is a plus to dying. Every single Gumi is alive again.
Oh my god, the recoil was weird.
Okay, there we go. See? Easy, easy, easy game.
So you actually push these boulders a little bit faster when you're not on your bike, so it's pretty nice to get off your bike and just push them all relatively instantly.
Yeah, plus they automatically take you off your bike here anyway. So you're just kind of like preemptively setting yourself up. So this is the last fight I'm going to save before. Everything else should be easy. Because this is the last fight with Swampert.
If Gumi saved the game, which Gumi saved the game?
The Wingull one. That one.
The Gumi one.
Yeah, the one named Gumi. So I want him to spam Scary Face. And he's not going to do that. Wow, friend, what are you doing? Bad Doge. There we go.
There we go.
So just keep doing that. That'd be great. Where are my X specials? Now I want the Crobat to hit us twice, and I want one of them to be a critical. Because our health is really, really high, and I really, really want Torrent. Because otherwise Sharpedo's a rain. No, it's not even a rain. Sharpedo just doesn't die. Critical? Oh. Okay, that's fine. Sharpedo doesn't kill us from here unless it criticals. And we saved anyway. I can't look like more of a scrub than I already have, so I might as well just put all my marbles in the same basket, I guess. So this fight wasn't bad because we didn't die, but it was bad because it just was not clean at all. Dying the Shelly really messed with stuff. Yeah, shoutouts to Swampert Gumi, because that's the last time we're using him. You know, other than like surfing on him. Like he's just a slave now. Also, you know, Game Freak logic again. Red light summons the blue monster. So it turns out the bad guys didn't exactly plan on what was happening, and now the world is drowning. Pokemon, it's for kids.
We'll get to talk about X's plot later.
Well, I have a couple more here.
Go for it.
Yep. I have some advice from Supernova Main,
Oh, no.
who gave a $5 donation. Keys, don't forget to go to New Mauville for Volbeat and Slateport for Love Disc. Remember, we got to finish the bingo cards. And a $1 donation from Pika Chupacabra. Picha Cabra, sorry. I wish I could donate more. It's a cause I care about a lot, but here's what I can. Best of luck for the rest of the run. Goom Squad can pull through. Go, 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 go. Thank you very much. Even $1 helps. Anything helps going to the cause. And And that's it right now.
So as you can see, Oro just pulled up his laptop because, you know, despite the problems we had with it, I'm gonna use Eon Timer again because I really want to manipulate my Mudkip, not my Mudkip, my Kyogre. I don't want a bad one. Yeah, my I don't want to have a bad Kyogre / Goomy. It's still Goomy, right?
Probably.
I don't want to have a bad one and look like even more of a buster. I gotta save face somewhere. And it's not there.
So the odds of getting a Kyogre that's just like absolutely untakeable and just awful is really, really low, but it's something that happens to Keys a bit too much.
Manipulating the Kyogre stats is another reason why it's worth going for the YOLO ball in actual runs, because you're already saving and quitting anyway, so you might as well take more advantage of the situation.
The other nice thing about manipulating Kyogre is, whereas with Mudkip we wanted a very specific one-on-one frame, with Kyogre there's 4 different ones on 4 different frames that are in one like solidified cluster, and hitting any of them is fine. 3 of them are really good, and 1 of them is basically just a slower version of one of the other 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a lot more lenient. The movement in here is also awful because you can't see and you're stopped constantly.
Also, they put Waterfall in here, which is absolutely necessary, and you stand a chance of like missing it if you're just casually playing through it. All right, this should be fun.
Well, apparently we have another question from our favorite Moo Cow Princess. Thank you for the $5 donation. This is fun. Another question. I'll donate $5 more if you get this right. Both psychologists and psychiatrists treat people with mental illness. However, they play different roles. Which one could prescribe medication and which credentials give them that ability? Well, obviously, I had to go to NAMI.org to find this out. So thank you very much for the question. But and what I was able to find there was psychiatrists are trained medical doctors that prescribe medication. Psychologists focus on counseling. And you can find more information like that from NAMI.org. Thank you very much, Moo Cow Princess, for the questions.
There you go. I successfully YOLO balled the Kyogre with a Master Ball. Okay. Thanks.
Hey, good job, by the way.
All right, so I'm assuming it's Goomy, so I'm just gonna go all in on it. Okay, I'm gonna assume that we just got it.
Obviously. Team Goomy.
Oh god, it's not a Kyogre I recognize at all. Oh well. We'll just roll with it.
It should be fine.
I did not, however, see its stats, so I'm gonna peek at that. I figured I'd try once to see if I get the stats. But I mean, with the way that this run has gone so far, we might as well just roll with what we got. Okay, that's really not bad at all. It's a little slow, but I'll take it. Could be a lot worse. So, for some reason, they stop the music after you catch the Kyogre. So this is really just a dead-sounding part. Because you just hear all the menu clicking, and that's it. And then now it's going to be sunny again. Yay! And this is also a pretty neat strat. So we're flying from Sootopolis to Sootopolis. Just because it gets us to the gym faster. Otherwise, we'd have to go through all the stairs and stuff. Okay, I'm not going to be a weenie. We're just going to go through. I'm not saving. So these puzzles aren't terribly hard, but if you make a mistake, then you fall. And depending on where you fall, you fight a ton of trainers. Easy peasy. Yeah, if you fall on that top part, then you have to fight, what is it, like 9 total trainers or something like that?
It's a lot. Like, you will just lose minutes.
I remember I did a randomizer race of this where falling actually helped me win because it helped me level up so much.
Solid.
It was so dumb.
So the reason we gave Gumi here a person berry before the fight is for this very reason. This Love Disc likes to confuse you a lot, and the person berry just gets you right out of it.
Yeah, and like every single water move for the most part in this fight is Water Pulse, which can confuse you. It kind of sucks that we lost it that early, but I mean, what can you do? Earthquake? Okay. If Whiscash uses Earthquake, then I can just use Waterfall, but because he used Amnesia, I have to risk the that. Oh, what a friend. Okay, so we're gonna do this instead. Because now Hydro Pump doesn't kill, and I don't want to knock him into heal range. No biggie, just a little extra time, but once you get Kyogre, you pretty much can't die unless you get a really, really bad Kyogre, and I mean like really, 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 really bad. So from here on out, the only thing that can really happen is I lose some time in fights. I'm just waiting for Milotic to confuse us with Water Pulse. Be a friend. Good. It's kind of funny to think about how much you struggle throughout the whole run, and then once you get Kyogre, it's not necessarily snooze central, but there isn't too much thinking you have to do, especially if you manipulate the stats. Like a couple of fights have a couple variations, and that's about it. So your reward for all that hard work and making it through the hardest parts of the game is this Raffle Stomp that kind of brings your mood back up and just makes you feel good. It's like, hey, I can actually win fights.
I like waffles.
See, now you get a good look to at all the trainers that you would have had to fight if you fell.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a pretty miserable experience, let me tell you.
Well, you did a great job avoiding that, so how about we do a great job reading a few more donations?
Do it.
Yeah.
Well, I had a $50 anonymous donation as one, and a $25 donation from Crasher1. 2-player, 1 controller is always hilarious. And both of those went to the 2-player, 1 controller donation incentive for Secret of Mana. That takes place much later in the marathon, but we are only at $100 out of 2,000. So we got quite a ways to go before we get to that one. I have a $25 donation from Hybrid Winterwolf. I sleep so you don't have to. Plenty sure that's how it works. Thank you very much. Donation goes to Reader's Choice. And mine was to name the hero of Dragon Warrior 3 after Jeff, because this is a Jeff marathon. Sorry, Gumi. And
you only get one game, Gumi.
enjoy your chance, Gumi. I have a $5 donation from Fanuki. Go keys, get keys to do his Mega Jinx cry.
Oh, dear. Okay. Hold on.
Thank you very much. That was adorable. And $5 from Moo Cow Princess. Right answer. Thank you for humoring me. No, thank you for allowing us to give more information about Nami and mental illness.
I'm telling you, every marathon, even if it's not my run, there's probably gonna be a donation during your X run. I can almost guarantee it. I bet you it's gonna be me gots this.
And one more $5 donation from Anonymous. Shout out to the announcer and for all the speedrunners for supporting Nami. Stumbling on this channel was 100% accidental, but I'm glad I stayed, and even happier, it's for a great cause. Yes, it is, and thank you very much.
So Victory Road in this game is very involved. There They're essentially trying to make you utilize every single HM that you've received up to this point in time, which is why it's dark. We'll eventually have to surf and waterfall, and the only thing we don't do is dive, but it's a lot more involved than a lot of other victory roads. It's not as long as a lot of other victory roads, though. It's reasonably length. Like Gold, Silver, and Crystal have the fastest victory roads, but that's because there's literally nothing in there except like 3 items. And then this is also an interesting victory road because there's different paths you can take to get to the end, whereas there's usually only one path otherwise. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of these fights so far have been really, really easy. The combination of Kyogre having really excellent special attack, being water type so we have access to really powerful moves, and the Perpetual Rain just really, really emphasizes how strong he is. That, however, is rude. I don't think I got Quick Attack from it all practice.
I feel like it just doesn't do it that often.
I feel like it does it all the time.
Well, this peaceful music is a nice time to say something real quick. It's beautiful. I had a $25 donation from Callan Dakari. This is in honor of my mom who lives with bipolar. She is a constant source of strength for me and is such an amazing person. I love RPG Limit Break because of the fact that you support Nami. It means so much to me because my mother always loved watching me play games like this as a kid. Thank you guys. Thank you all for you. Thanks to you all for you guys. I'm sorry. Let's try that one more time. Thanks to you. Thanks to all you guys for what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm looking at the clock right now. Underestimate. That's
Still
really
relatively comfortably too.
That's really bad.
Well, we are slowly getting close to the end of this run. And I'd just like to remind everyone that there is actually prizes that you can win if you donate during Pokemon Sapphire. A $5 donation enters you into raffles for both the Pokemon New 3DS XL Protector or the shiny Umbreon handmade tote bag. And if you donate at minimum of $25 throughout the entire marathon, you get entered into the grand prize to win a new Nintendo Switch, which comes with Zelda.
It makes you feel any better. This run will still beat my time by like a lot from my 2 runs of this game.
See, I set the estimate for 230 because we've spent this whole time explaining that like a lot of these fights can be really awful and can go really, really poorly. And like for the most part, the fights have gone really well.
Blame Goomy.
Blame Goomy. Blame Kirby. Blame Alta. Blame all of you. Okay, we hit one of them at least. That's promising.
All those 5 really high level Pokemon, he couldn't even beat a Goomy. Like, what the heck?
I know, man. Okay, so for the sake of marathon weenie strats, I'm gonna buy a handful of full restores. We don't necessarily need them, but I am kind of low on hyper potions, and if I get really bad fights, I rather not be proven wrong when I say that Kyogre can't die. This is not the time.
We have faith in Goomy. Also, I have a $6.29 donation from Michael. This donation is an appreciate for the Jinx cry. I had a $10 donation from, I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, Alinwa. And that $10 went towards naming the character of Diablo 2, Louis Labricante. And then we had a $300 anonymous donation that goes to naming the character of Diablo 2, Geogre. That puts the quite a change on the leaderboards here for naming the main character of Diablo 2, as Geogre is now in the lead with $300. Louis Labricante at 178 and Go 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 at 172.29.
Why is Go 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 not winning?
It still has time.
I forgot this wasn't one of the manipulated Kyogres, so Sharpedo outsped us, but
Yeah.
he didn't do anything too bad, so. Yeah, so one of the benefits of manipulating one of those 4 Kyogres we were talking about is, other than changing a couple of fights here and there, it's pretty static, so you don't really have to, you don't have to think, oh, well, my speed was a 92, so I have to worry about this, that. It's just like, okay, my speed is always this or that. I'll always either outspeed or I just need to do this. Like, it's pretty nice. It makes going through the game a lot easier. And also, luckily, a lot of the Kyogres that are around that cluster are pretty serviceable, as you can see. Like, this one isn't too terrible.
I had a question from someone in chat asking how the class bid war is going for Diablo 2. Right now, Necromancer is in the lead with $105, with Druid at $35, and Assassin not getting any love.
Darn.
So Phoebe is one of the many Elite Four members in any Pokemon game that kind of got the short end of the stick as far as their Pokemon variety, just because of the Pokemon that are in the decks. So she has 2 Pokemon that are duplicates, which is Bayonet and Dusclops. And the rest of this fight is pretty much just more Kyogre sweeping everything. The next fight, Glacia, is going to be a little bit more involved, but again, it's a lot of the difference in that fight has kind of been mitigated just because of the Kyogre manipulation, and this Kyogre will have pretty reasonable time with Glacia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Phoebe has essentially what I call the Agatha problem. Just not enough variety. Like, Agatha's supposed to be a Ghost Elite Four member, and she has 2 pokes that aren't ghosts. So there's only so much you can do. Okay, good. This fight can troll, but it didn't, so.
You know, I made fun of Phoebe for that problem, but I guess Glacia has it even worse.
Yeah. So we're out of hyper potions. We're out of hydro pumps, so I'm gonna replace it with Surf instead. I could use a Lepa Berry because I still have one. That's not normally the case. You don't normally pick up Lepa Berries. I cannot talk right now. You don't normally have Lepa Berries in the run, but I picked them up just in case we had a really bad time with Swampert. But Surf kills pretty much everything it touches when I use it anyway, and it doesn't miss, so good riddance, Hydro Pump.
Yeah, the thing with Kyogre is it's getting not only same type attack bonus from being a water type on all its water moves, but it's also getting a 50% boost from the rain. So every single one of its water moves is being multiplied by 2.25 times, which is pretty absurd.
So this is where Glacia is kind of, she's not bad, but she kind of lowers Kyogre's usefulness a tiny bit because we don't have the rain now. And also, you know, that can happen. That's not too big of a deal. We bought 4 restores anyway, so it won't be too big of an issue. And then this Kyogre was good enough to where I can one-shot everything from what I just set up. So Wall Rain won't be a problem either. Good old Hail. You know, I think about it, I think Glacia actually has it worse.
Yeah,
Because-
because 3 of the Pokemon are in the same
Yeah.
line.
That's creative.
They gave Phoebe a Dusk Noir in the remakes, but
Mm.
it's still kind of the same problem.
Yeah.
In the remakes too, this Wall Rain is probably one of the biggest run killers in the entire game just because it can just sheer cold you and has a 30% chance to just kill your run. It's pretty good.
One-shotting the Wall Rain is really valuable because it has a Citrus Berry on it. And if you do too much damage, even with the Citrus Berry, you knock into Heal Rain, so you have to go through the heal animation. It's just a giant waste of time.
So if you thought the rest of those fights were straightforward, Drake is even more so. He specializes in dragon types, and we just so happen to have Ice Beam.
There's one poke that we're going to use Surf on, and it's his second Flygon. It's a really favorable range. My Ice Beam, well, now my Ice Beam count's really bad, so we're going to use Surf on both of them. This Kyogre was pretty similar to one of the manipulated ones, so I want to say that... Actually, I think they're both guaranteed, now that I think about it, because this Kyogre had a really good special. So the benefit to Surfing instead is we skip the super effective text, because Flygon resists it because it's dragon, but then doesn't resist it because it's part ground, so it just ends up canceling each other out. Oh, I forgot the speed. No wonder. Okay, well now it's... Okay, that's fine. So we'll just do all our setup here. Because he's going to heal. We're going to take some Darude damage. It happens. I'm kind of spoiled because one of the Kyogres that you can manipulate, you get to skip the X speed on this fight. Dig, you say? I'll just go ahead and heal then, while he finishes his turn. So like, as you can see, like there really isn't much that can go wrong. Like once you get the Kyogre, it's just like, okay, this fight's taking a little longer because something happened. And then the last fight is a huge cakewalk. You just set up an X special and then you win. Like you could get Toxic, which you would just heal that off, and then that's it. So fun little tidbit about this last fight that has absolutely nothing to do with the run. So when I was a kid and I played this, it really threw me off because I named my character Steven because my first name is Steven, and I got here and I had this like mental conundrum, like do I win? Do I lose? Like do I want to be champ or do I want to be champ? And Steven has a really interesting makeup of a team.
Yeah, so his specialty is supposed to be steel, but he also just randomly has a clay doll on the 2 fossils of this generation.
And then we win. Just surf, 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 and then we're done. In fact, it's so easy. Here, press A for me. I want to take a drink. I feel like I earned a drink.
I think so.
Little did you guys know this was a co-op run the whole time.
So many co-op world records this marathon.
Yeah, look at that. This is co-op world record. Look at that. Huh? Huh? But yeah, I don't know if the Pokemon makeup is just because they didn't have enough steel types to really work with, or if they just wanted to make him special.
I mean, his name is Steven Stone, so I guess it kind of fits. Like,
Yeah.
he kind of like is into fossils and stuff.
Yeah, that would make sense. And time's gonna come up in about a minute and a half or so. It's as soon as the game fades to black before the credits. I'll call it out, obviously, but like with every other Pokemon game, you have to mash through the congratulations text and, oh, well, we're going to enshrine you in the Hall of Fame and you'll be famous forever. Good job, Oro.
I do what I can.
Oh, and also, our rival not having any faith in us. But, a Team Goomy, anything is possible.
A lone Goomy single-handedly.
Yeah, we had
all
nothing
that.
but Goomy. See, now I kind of want to have like a Photoshop of like the whole team and like all of them just have Goomy on their face.
Somebody get on that right now.
Yeah, right now.
I better see that on Twitter by the time this is done.
Yeah, like in the next like 30 seconds, it better be done or else. Good job, Goomy. Good job, Goomy.
other Goomy.
Good job, Goomy. Well done, Goomy. Welcome to the Hall of the Hall of Goomy. And of course, none of this was possible without Goomy and time. So that run was awful, but at least we were underestimate. Nah? Huh? Yeah, so the run itself, like we were saying, is actually really difficult. I would definitely love to see more runners of the category, though. There's still a lot to be explored. I think we could probably save another 2 or 3 minutes if we really look into it. But yeah, thanks for having me. This is Sapphire. Shout outs to PSR for existing, I guess.
Thank you very much, Keys. And $5 donation from Anonymous says crazy nostalgia. Good job on the speed run.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Also, stick around, guys. There's a lot of good games coming up next. So.
Oh, yeah. In fact, coming up next is Diablo 2 run by Yagamoth. And we have 2 donation incentives that are about to close once he's ready to start playing. You can choose which class he's going to use. Necromancer is in the lead with $105, followed by Druid at $35 and Assassin at $0. No one likes the Assassin. And naming the character, Geogri is in the lead with $300, followed by Louis La Brocante at $178, and Go at $177.29, and Not a Barb 10 at $150. So you are watching RPG Limit Break 2017, and we will be back in a few minutes after we play some commercials.